Hey guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. Hopefully everybody is doing a-okay. We're here and we are locked in. Of course, I had to, bring on the legend himself, Charlie. Obviously, he's a Spurs fan, Spurs content, so on and so forth. We'll get into that in just a second. But obviously, Bayern versus Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, we're playing pre-season. And yeah, why not do a preview? Get to see what Charlie thinks of, his team as well as my team, and then vice versa. Obviously, the link for his stuff is in the title and the description, so please go check him out. We were talking off camera. He's got a couple of things planned for this season. Didn't tell me what they were, so I'm excited, just like you guys would be. But yeah, go and subscribe to him, please. And yeah, man. Right, number one, welcome to the channel, and let's get into this.
Yeah, Liam, thank you for having me on. It's always great to come on the Bayern View. Great channel, whether that's live or kind of pre-recorded videos. It's always great to make appearances on here. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, at this point, it's the annual pre-season game between Bayern and Spurs. It literally happens every year at this point. And I've been saying pretty much since we got into the Champions League by winning the Europa League that we're going to play Bayern. It's written in the stars because we're going to play them in pre-season. We're going to play them in Champions League. It's written in the stars. So something tells me this won't be the last time that we're previewing Spurs v Bayern in the near future. So yeah, look, I'm looking forward to the preview. Should be a good video. So yeah, once again, Liam, thanks for having me on the Bayern View. So yeah, looking forward to it.
No, anytime, man. Anytime. Yeah, I think we get straight into it. Obviously, again, we're playing each other. But there is obviously certain. It's not just like if this was like AC Milan, for instance, random team, but if this was, it would be like, what do you think is going to happen in the game? This, da, da, da. Matthijs, Palhinha. There's things to talk about when it comes to, our clubs.
Harry Kane. There's a lot of links. It's in the last year or so, we've traded a lot, as they say. So,
yeah, and you give me a faulty Pokemon card when we got Eric Dyer, bro. I'm getting in there before you do.
For those that watch this channel, the whole Eric Dyer thing. First of all, I was amazed that Bayern actually took him off us, and secondly, I held it. Look, I never let them hear the end of it, but unfortunately, he's left, so it's no more now.
To be fair, not even joking, I actually would have kept him. Not even
joking.
Yeah.
Really,
yeah, because we he was on little money. He never was actually supposed to play as many games as he did. And he was happy at the club, so I would have kept him, 100%. And his best friend's at the club, you know what I mean? So why not? But yeah, no, let's but we'll talk about other things in a minute. Let's actually talk about the game. So what are you? Have you played any preseason games yet?
Yeah, we've played a few. We beat Arsenal. We won a North London derby in pre-season.
Yeah, halfway goal, wasn't it? Halfway line goal.
Far from the halfway line. I mean, that is one of. I know it's pre-season, and I'm not one that reads into these sorts of games too much. But that goal, pre-season or not pre-season, that was unbelievable. And to be fair to Sarr, kind of a player that sort of split the fan base. He's had a pretty good pre-season, I would say. But again, it's pre-season. You can't kind of read too much into it. But yeah, we played Arsenal. We played a couple of lower league teams in England. We played like Reading and like Luton and stuff. And then we played Newcastle in, of course, Heung-min Son, his last game. I'm still sad. I know it's been like a couple of days since it was announced, but, he's a club legend. He's one of the greatest players I've seen play for this club. Obviously got the trophy that he deserved in Bilbao in May. And, yeah, he's leaving. And it's really sad, to be honest. But, yeah, club legend, 100%. And yeah, so pre-season, yeah, we've played a few games. This will be our last one before the Super Cup, which is obviously massive for us. Okay. And I think playing a team like Bayern, I know you guys have had some issues, but it's definitely, I would say, good preparation for playing PSG, because I think that we're going to need every small bit of hope that we can get for that game. So, yeah, to be honest, I'm quite looking forward to the game, to be honest. So, yeah, pre-season, it's been quite interesting. Obviously, we got a new manager in Thomas Frank. A lot of fans were split on whether Ange should have gone. He should have stayed after winning the trophy, of course, but we did finish 17th. There was that whole debate. And like I've said, I like Thomas Frank. I think that as a coach, the way he adapts tactically, I think suits us. I think the fact that he plays free at the back sometimes, I think could suit our squad. The only thing with him is, can he win trophies? That is the only question. And for me, he hasn't really had the chance to prove that. He's been at Brentford. I mean, Brentford are, with all respect, they're never really going to win anything, are they? So I think that it will be interesting to see what happens. It's still a bit of an unknown quantity going into this season. But I think he can definitely get more out of our squad across the season than what we've seen the last couple of years or so. But if he's going to kind of, pull through, have a good season, it all comes down to, what our squad looks like when the transfer window ends. So we'll have to see how the rest of that plays out. Obviously, we just got Palhinha. I'm very happy with that signing. We got Kudus as well. Still think we need a few more, especially with Son leaving. We need a big replacement, I would say. We need a sort of, not even just a name, but like a player that, or not, maybe one or even two players, just to kind of fill the void of him for me. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, as you know, you're trying to sell it to me. You're trying to sell it to me. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. As you guys know, as Liam knows, I'm not usually optimistic when it comes to my board and how they operate in the window. I think it's quite honestly pathetic, more often than not, the way they kind of go about the business in the transfer window. But at the end of the day, I can't really judge it until the window's closed. So once that happens, I'll be able to give more of an opinion on that. Yeah, we definitely need to get a few more players in. With Champions League next season, we need a much better squad. And yeah, so far, pre-season, look, there's been some positives. Obviously, I know it's only a friendly, but a win against Arsenal is a win against Arsenal for us. And that's obviously a big thing. North London derby. First one played out of the UK. So I guess you could call it a bit of sort of a first there for that. But look, I'm not going to read too much into it. I'm just waiting to see the season get going and see kind of how it progresses. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts at the moment. Sort of waiting and seeing, to be honest. Just kind of watching, and we'll have to see what happens. So yeah, that's my sort of take on all of that.
No. I'm with you. Well, what do you think of Palhinha? Obviously you said you're very happy. I've got to say I'm not happy. I wanted him gone. Don't get it twisted. Not necessarily because he's a bad player, but you brought in a player. You're not playing him. You literally wasted all of that money. You know what I mean? Like it's dumb. Especially when we could have got João Neves, the Portuguese midfielder for PSG. Like, and again, there's nothing wrong with Palhinha. He's a really good player. He just doesn't fit the system. And if we had Thomas Tuchel still as our manager, you guys wouldn't have got a sniff because he would have been a mainstay in the team. But whatever, it is what it is. Again, the reason I'm not happy is, the deal that you got is stupid. I still feel like we're paying you for Harry Kane. You know what I mean? Like we take him
in some way. Yeah.
So yeah, I know you're going to be ecstatic with the deal as well as the player. But yeah, what do you think fully of that? Because he never got a chance at Bayern. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you mentioned Tuchel. I know obviously Tuchel wanted to sign him. The deal fell through at the last minute. You ended up paying, I think it was £50 million or something. So quite a big transfer only a year ago. Palhinha was one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. He was brilliant at Fulham. All of his numbers, all of his stats ranked up there with the best. And it was a shame for you guys because I thought he was going to do well there. Like I just never really understand whether it was company, his system, that he never really got a look in there. So for me, him coming to Spurs on loan with an option, it's a good deal. Assuming that he kind of does well, we trigger the option for not too much money. But in terms of the player himself, I'll tell you this, Liam. We have been so desperate for a number 6 for however many years now. Since I would say the likes of, I guess you could go all the way back to like Victor Wanyama and those guys. We haven't had we've had players that can play there. We have players in our squad now that can play there, but they're not natural number 6s. Palhinha is a true 6, and we finally got an established, experienced player in there that knows what's going on. True number 6. I mean, he's even got the number 6 shirt. So like, it's literally that shirt that shows you. So yeah. For me, if we're going to get any midfielder, I still think we probably need to bring in another midfielder, especially with Maddison's injury. But if we were to sign any midfielder, a 6 was the must, the absolute priority. And to be fair, I'm glad we've got him. I'm really glad, and I think that for our team, he'll slot right in there. And this is what I call for the club to do: to sign players that can go straight in there and make an instant impact. And I think Palhinha is that type of player. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him play. Obviously, he'll make his debut against the club that he's technically still contracted to, which is quite interesting. So, yeah, Liam. Very happy. Palhinha is one of the best signings we've made in recent times, to be honest. It's that important for me because if you watch Spurs last season, especially in the league, I mean, take away Europe, but in the league, we got cut open. And it wasn't just to do with the tactics. It was also the midfield being just so, I guess, flimsy, you could call it. Just no sort of destroyer in there. Palhinha is that destroyer. So he's going to add, I think this is a good signing. Like I said, smart signing as well. And yeah, bring it on. Hopefully kind of lives up to it. And obviously Premier League experience. So he's been there with Fulham and stuff. So I don't think he'll have too long kind of adapting into the team. So yeah, to answer the question, very happy with the signing. Very happy. And I think for you guys, it's a bit of a loss because I think if you guys played him a bit more, I think you could have had a player there, to be honest.
No. I can't agree. I can't agree anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're throwing glass at my ears. You know what I mean? Because you're right. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
You haven't said anything wrong. It's just more the fact that, like, it's just dumb. It makes no sense. And it's quite funny that you said that you've been needing a 6 for a long time because so have we. You know what I mean? And we literally just sold a 6 for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to say that Joshua Kimmich's a DM. No, he's not. He's just
we both could agree he's better at right back. From what I originally thought he was better in midfield, but I think it was when you guys knocked Arsenal out and he scored and played right back. That's when I realised, right back. I think that's his better position going forward.
Yep. So like it's so stupid. It makes no sense. But I do feel like you've got him on like a Klarna setting though.
Yeah.
Like you paid I think 8 million. I think it was.
8 million loan and then options like 27 million or something.
Yeah. So like obviously goes up to like 30 odd mil, which. Obviously, we were always going to take a loss because he's barely played. I think he's actually probably played more games for Portugal than he's played for Bayern, which is stupid, considering international breaks aren't always that often. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. How's Matthias Tell doing?
Tell. Oh, that's not so great. I mean, I think we did a show about Tell when he was about to sign for us. And I'll be honest, I really liked him. From what I know, he didn't play too much at Bayern, but whenever it felt like with him, whenever he came on, he'd do something. He'd score, assist. He'd always make an impact from the bench. And I could see with him being young, I felt like he had talent there. And when we signed him, look, I was pretty happy, to be honest, because he was a player that I felt with game time could actually kind of develop and go on another level. It just hasn't worked out at all, though. I mean, when I watch him, he doesn't really do anything. Unfortunately, he doesn't make any obvious sort of mistakes, although he did have a really bad miss against Newcastle in the friendly. But he just doesn't do anything. He's just always like non-existent. Like when he gets the ball, he can't take on the fullback. When he plays up front, I mean, he hasn't played up front as much, but when he's there, he's just nowhere to be seen in the game. So for me, like having seen him for 6 months, I thought, considering we spent about 40 million to sign him permanently, I thought that money could have easily gone somewhere else on a more kind of established player. So I wasn't, having seen him for 6 months, I wasn't too on board with it. But at the end of the day, he's still got time. I think Thomas Frank's a manager that's good at kind of developing younger players. That's kind of the hope. But for 40 odd million, I have to see a lot this coming season to kind of my mind to be changed on him. I mean, I'll ask you kind of, did you see this coming at Spurs? Because like I said, he's been really, really like poor, underwhelming. Like he just hasn't really done anything so far.
Yeah, 100%. I knew he was struggling in the Bundesliga. He was going to struggle in the Premier League because it's a pace and power league. You know, you can't.
Not really much skill in the Prem. I can tell you that.
And the thing is, you can't really. And before anyone watches this and gets their pants in a twist, there are skillful players in the league. Relax, because I know what people are like. But at the same time, like you are right. Like with him, if you're not going to do it for Bayern, which, with all due respect, Bayern have better players, Jamal Musiala, so on. How the hell are you going to do it for anybody else? So, yeah, man, obviously I wish him the best. Don't get it twisted. But, yeah, man, obviously it just never worked. And the thing with Bayern, though, mate, is Bayern have this thing at the moment and have had for the last, I don't know, 3 years maybe. We don't develop youth the way we should. We don't put in, and it's even coming into the media now. I did a video on it, and it's like they're not happy at the training ground and the board and everything because we've got some young players. Look at Ryan Gravenberch. Obviously, didn't come through the youth academy, but was a young player. Got rid of him. Xerxes again. Don't think he would have made it at Bayern, but got rid of him. Yildiz, he was on our books.
Yildiz, yeah, that's a big miss for you guys.
Angelo Stiller, got rid of him. He was on our books as well. You know what I mean? Like we literally didn't even need.
These are some top players that you guys kind of let go of.
It's and there's so many more as well. Chris Richards doing good for Crystal Palace. He was in our ranks. Milik Tillman has just come back to play for Leverkusen. See what he does this summer. He was our player, and we got rid of him. You know what I mean? So yeah, like as soon as we got Mathys Tau, obviously we loved him. He was actually playing with passion, which at that time, having Leroy Sané, Serge Gnabry, Coman, so on, we needed. And he, saying all of the right things. He wanted to be the next Ribery and this and that and so on. But yeah, I knew that something was going to happen. And you either do very good at Spurs, or you don't. You've had players there like Bale. You know what I mean? Like the guy that was playing left back and then got put up front and then just had a blinder and then was just constantly going, obviously, until he got sold. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's still time. And maybe if, with the manager, starts clicking and going from there. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say on him. He's a good player, though. He is a good player. But, again, he is a frustrating player. I know he's done a couple big misses for Bayern as well. But, yeah, on the game itself, though, so I want to get your opinion on Diaz in a minute. What are you thinking? Are you thinking defensive system, or you're going to go all guns? Like, what are you going to do?
I think because it's a pre-season game, I think you're going to see Frank try probably a few systems. You'll probably see him switch throughout the game. Probably, look, it's a friendly, like he'll make a bunch of changes at halftime and everything. I think that's kind of the good thing about Thomas Frank is that there's kind of a surprise element, and that will be the case next season. You just kind of, even as Spurs fans, we don't really know what he's going to do, and in a way that's a good thing because it makes us more unpredictable. So I would say for the friendly, you'll probably see a few systems. We have a bit of a problem at left back with Udogie's injury. The manager even said that he's not looking to sign another left back, even though I think we're a bit light there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if Spence goes there again. But yeah, you'll see kind of in change throughout the game. I think maybe we'll see a back three. To be honest, he hasn't really gone to a back three much in pre-season, but I think with Maddison's injury, with no 10 through the door yet, obviously we had the thing happen with Gibbs White, who was supposed to join us. Stupid, like the way that played out. But I could see him going to a back three, kind of getting the creativity from the wing backs. He played that at Brentford sometimes. That's how I would personally kind of compensate for the absence of a number 10 right now in our team. So I think you could see that, to be honest. But yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what to expect. Really, I think it could be anything. Like, I'm going to be just as surprised as you are. I think so. So we'll see. That's why I'm saying I'm quite excited to see what happens in this game.
No, I'm with you. What do you think of the Luis Diaz signing? Obviously, he was a Premier League player. You would have faced him a couple of times. So,
Liam, we almost signed him. When Liverpool signed him.
You were going for him then, were you?
Before he went to Liverpool in the same window, we had agreed a deal with Porto. He was about to come, and then it got hijacked. And he almost joined us. And obviously, he went to Liverpool. I think the Diaz signing, it's interesting. I said this on your Football Chaos show.
Yeah.
I think he's an upgrade on your current options. I think he's better than Gnabry. I think he's better than Coman. He's better than Sané, who's just left, of course. I think he's an upgrade, and I think it's a player that walks into your team. But is he the guy to kind of take you to the level that I know you want to go to? I'm not so sure. Like I said, he's not really young either. So you're kind of getting what you're getting. Like I said, very, very good player. But is he kind of the ceiling raiser? I'm not so sure at the moment.
Yeah.
It feels kind of more as almost like a stopgap in a way. I'm not really sure how to say it. But yeah, an upgrade for sure. But does he elevate you to that next level? I'm not too sure, to be honest. But nevertheless, it's a good signing. That's the way I'd see it.
No, I understand what you're saying. Because at the end of the day, he was never the best player at Liverpool. Obviously, that's Mohamed Salah.
I mean, are you a bit concerned? Because obviously you took Mané from there. He flopped. Are you concerned about taking another left winger from Liverpool?
Yeah, I think, you are right. Mané did flop. I think the problem with Mané is we got him at a perfect time for them because he was finished in his career. At that point, like he come in and straight off the bat, the guy's timing wasn't there. Bro, I thought I was getting a Ballon d'Or contender. I really did. Because we seen what he was doing in the Premier League. He was ripping it apart. You know what I mean? And but yeah, like unfortunate. Obviously, it just is what it is. You never know in football. Again, you at the moment don't think Matthijs doing good. In the next year, 2 years, you could be saying, "Oh my God, he's amazing." You know what I mean? Like we robbed Bayern or whatever. You know what I mean? So like, but yeah, no, 100%. And with the price as well, 75 pence.
I think you overpaid for someone like Diaz. I think that's a bit.
And that's what happens when you have, and I know you'll know about your board, obviously. But when you have a shady board, you know what I mean? Like we've got Max Herber. We've literally been linked with everyone. We were linked to Nico.
Do you wonder why our two boards get on? Because they're both they're both shit.
Facts.
That's why they get on.
No, I can't agree anymore. Like, I don't know why we didn't try to get Human Son. Like, honestly, I was saying this. I made a video about it. I'm like, why don't we get Son? And everyone was against it. But I'm like...
Yeah, if you look back in the Bundesliga, of course, he's been there before. And I've said with Son, like, I think... I know he's 33 and stuff, but I still think he's got a year or two left in him. And I think he's probably going to the MLS a little bit too early.
Yeah. I think he's going to cook there as well. It is interesting, though, that he went to LAFC, because that's where Muller was supposed to go. And then, obviously, he went to...
Oh, yeah, Vancouver
or whatever. And then, obviously... I wonder if they went for Son after, because they got rejected by Muller. Because that club, LAFC, is actually a partner club of Bayern.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So, yeah, that's why Muller was supposed to go there, because we were helping out with the contract and everything. So, but yeah, no, either way, let's just see what happens. From the first glimpse of him against Lyon in our first preseason game, looked good. I can't sit here and say he was terrible or anything. The only thing that did scare me is at the end of the game he was led down and he was holding his knee, and I'm like, oh my word, we've just bought a player, we just signed a player for all of this money, and he's already holding his kneecap. But he seems okay. He's in training and everything. He better be okay.
Well, listen, we just lost Maddison after he just came back from the same knee injury. So,
oh damn,
yeah, because he missed the final, the Europa League final.
Oh, he did.
He just came back, and he's injured the same knee.
Damn. Is he injury prone or not, Maddison?
Yeah, that's always been the problem with Maddison. He's very injury prone. He's got a few injuries since he's been at Spurs. So, look, I like Maddison. I think he's I've always rated Maddison, but he's just his injury record. It's a bit of a concern, to be honest.
Yeah, no. I understand. What's Kudus been like? Is he good? Bad?
Yeah, Kudus, I think, has done well in the preseason games. When Kudus was signed, I was happy with the profile of player we're bringing in. He's a winger, and again, this was a type of player we lacked in the squad. A winger that can actually take on the opposition, has pure sort of pace and just power that can get past. And I think Kudus, look, his end product, I'm not saying it's bad. I think it can be worked on a bit. I think someone like, again, Thomas Frank could probably get the most out of someone like Kudus. But for me, I'm pretty happy with the signing, to be honest. I like the type of player he is that we've gone for. I think there's a few sort of question marks with his attitude. Kind of, he had a few problems. Obviously, when we played West Ham, he got sent off for like assaulting half our team, like Van der Ven and stuff. So that was kind of a thing on a lot of Spurs fans' minds when he came in. But nevertheless, I'm happy. I'm happy with him. Hopefully, he can kind of show what he showed in his first season at West Ham. Because in his first season, I thought he was amazing. So for me, I'm happy with Kudus. Like I said, if we can bring in, we need that Son replacement. You don't let a player like Son go and not bring someone in. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, Kudus, I think in pre-season, especially against Reading, there was that clip that was going around where he like cooked like 3 of their players. So I think so far, he's had a promising start in pre-season, to be honest.
No, he's a good player, to be fair.
Yeah.
He is a good player. You know, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Like, I don't think he's done the best for West Ham, but when he was at Ajax, he was good.
Ajax, he was great. West Ham in his first season, he was good. Last season, he dropped off. But then apparently he wanted to leave the whole year, so I don't know.
What is your opinion on buying a West Ham player? Because I know that you and West Ham are not friends, if you want to say.
Well, look, here's the thing. I think this so-called rivalry, it comes more from their side, to be honest, because I don't even mean to say it in a bantering way. I'm not saying we're this huge club, this massive club or anything, but we're a much bigger club than West Ham. West Ham are a much smaller club than us. And the rivalry sort of comes more from their side because obviously Millwall's not in the Prem, so they need someone to have a rivalry with. And geographically, I guess Tottenham is the closest club to them geographically. So that's kind of where it comes from. Obviously, when we play them, obviously it's like, you know, on the game day, we get up for it as fans. We kind of see it as a derby, but kind of outside of, with West Ham, it's kind of like from the Tottenham fans' perspective, outside of like match day against them. Yeah, we don't really see them as a rival as much, nowhere near as much as they do. So I think it's more coming from their end. Obviously, I didn't expect us to sign a player from West Ham. We haven't signed anyone from them for about 10 years or something, or more than that. So I didn't think we would sign him, but I was surprised. I was surprised that our club actually negotiated with West Ham, to be honest, and we got him in. So it's quite interesting. Obviously, their fans are fuming about it, which is quite funny. But I was surprised. I didn't expect us to bring in a West Ham player, to be honest. Obviously, with the whole thing, the clubs don't do business really the last decade or so. So a bit of an interesting one there. But like I said, this so-called rivalry, it's more from their side, to be honest. Like that's why we say, when they play us, it's their cup final, basically. So
no, I get you.
Yeah.
So you said that he might go with a 3 at the back. Okay, so if that's the case, obviously I have no clue. The only thing I know is that you scored a halfway goal, and that was that. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, who are you gonna have, what, where, and when? You know what I mean? Like. So you're gonna have. So who's your goalkeeper?
Vicario or Kinski. I think both. I think Kinski, Vicario, one will play each other.
Yeah. No, I get it. So let's just say whoever the goalkeeper is, then back 3. You're probably gonna swap and change with all of your players. But
if it's a back 3, I mean, I don't think he's gonna start with a back 3 because he hasn't played a back 3 yet in pre-season. I just have a feeling we might see it because of the Maddison injury. And like I said, to get if you play a back 3, you can get a lot of, because we have proper wing backs. Our wing backs, Porro, a doggy. I mean, a doggy's injured, so Spence, but especially with Porro, I think he's going to be back for the start of the season. Thankfully.
Okay, so it's just like a minor injury.
Yeah. Apparently so. I mean, with Spurs, we've been told these things many times, and the players ended up being out for way longer. Yeah. So I don't know. So we'll see. But we do have a new medical team this year. They changed the whole thing because of the sheer amount of injuries we got last season. So it'll be interesting to see. But with Porro is someone you have to look out for it, especially if he's playing at wing back.
It'll be left side. Okay, yeah.
Porro will be on the right. He's a right back, so he could play as a 10. I've always said this about Porro. He could play as a 10. He's so creative. He's kind of like a mini Trent in a way. He's that sort of player, very creative, very good crosser. So if we play a back 3, he'll probably be our most creative player, and I think he can do it, to be honest. So yeah, if it's like I said, I don't think he'll start with a back 3.
What's your normal formation then?
Well, he's gone with like a 4-2-3-1 so far.
4-2-3-1. Okay, so you're gonna have a double pivot. Okay.
Double pivot, probably Palhinha, Bentancur, you'll see in there. You'll see Sarr kind of, again, it will change and stuff. You'll
Yeah,
see Sarr come in as well.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but I don't know who's going to go in the 10, though. Unless he puts Kudus in the 10. I don't really see who he's going to put in the 10. So it'll be interesting to see what he
played that for Ajax, didn't he? So
yeah.
Interesting. Well, and you've got how do you say his name? Kulusevski? I can never say.
Kulusevski. He's injured as well. That's another.
Is he injured? Oh shit.
Because he got injured last season. He had surgery. He's not back until like October or something. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's another player we got injured.
So you got quite a few injuries then.
Yeah. Solanke. I don't know if Solanke might be injured as well because he's missed the last few games. So we've already had these injury problems in pre-season. Like it's nuts. So I think he's back though.
Is this a scouting issue or a medical
issue? I think here's the thing, right? The injuries we've had sort of pre-season. I mean, the Maddison one was unlucky. He turned and he tweaked his knee. Solanke was I think it was a foot problem. A doggy was a knee thing as well. So it was kind of all unlucky ones. The problem with the injuries last season is 99% of them were hamstring or muscular injuries. And that, I always said, came from Ange and his style of football. So there was a pattern there. I think these injuries, look, you can only put it down to bad luck, to be honest. That's all I would say. But last season, I got very mad at the injuries because I felt a lot of them could have been prevented. So hopefully this season, I mean, I know we got a few now, but hopefully come the start of the season, the doggy will come back. Solanke will probably play against Bayern. He'll probably come on in the second half. And then hopefully we have a new number 10 in the club by then. So hopefully come the start of the season, we're in a bit better shape. But, we'll see.
Yeah, no, I get you. So whoever at centre backs, double pivot, like you said, is probably going to be Palhinha and Bentancur, is that his name?
Bentancur. Bergvall might go there as well. Centre backs, you'll see Van der Ven, you'll see Romero, Danzo as well.
Yeah.
Vuskovic, I don't know, because by the way, watch out for Vuskovic. This is a really talented player that we have there.
Is he a young player, is he?
18, but he's huge though. He's like 6'5" or something.
Oh, bloody hell.
He's because we haven't had loads of kind of players come through at Spurs. Mikey Moore's another one who's just gone out on loan to Rangers. He's really talented, but Vuskovic, I think he's going to go on loan. So I'm not sure if he's not in the squad, it means that he's about to go on loan somewhere. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, he is a real talent. Like he's someone to watch out for, and if he plays, don't be surprised to see him grab a goal because he is. He scored about 10 goals on loan last season in the Belgium league. So
centre back, yeah.
Yeah, centre back.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so who will be your striker then?
Unfortunately, Richarlison, who is, for those that watch my stuff, he's somebody that I think is absolutely terrible. Like he's somebody that we need to sell. Knowing this club, we probably won't sell him because we'll probably ask for too much money. Because we paid 60 million for him. So
from Everton, right?
Everton, yeah. For me, a player that I've never been a fan of, to be honest. I'm not. I mean, he has his strengths, like he's quite good in the air. He to be fair, his best game for Spurs was in the final, actually, in the Europa League.
Get out in that final.
In the fight, yeah. But even outside of that, I actually thought he did a lot of things that helped us win the game, to be honest. Yeah. And I thought, honestly, the bar's low, but that for me, that was his best game for Spurs in the final. So for me, a player I'm not a fan of, unfortunately, you'll probably see him up front. Fortunately for you guys, but unfortunately for us.
Do you still have Timo Werner or not?
No, thankfully not. He was on loan. We should never have got him in the first place. But again, our amazing board. There you go. That's what our amazing board. There you go. So for me, look, Richarlison, he'll start. I mean, you'll probably see. Kind of some of the younger players. We have Donnelly, Lancashire come on up front. I mean, I think both of them are probably going out on loan as well. So I don't know who's gonna be there. But yeah, for me, Richarlison's not someone I'm a fan of.
Do you think Matthias Tout will play?
Yeah, he'll probably go up front in the second half or something.
Okay.
He'll play.
And then
yeah. That's something I want to see, to be honest.
No, that's something I don't want to see because
like I said, I've been concerned about Tell so far, but if he does that against Bayern, I'll smile. So
bro, I don't think I'll make out of the state. Nah. He's probably going to get clapped, to be fair, and cheered. Same with Palhinha, most likely. So, They didn't really go in a negative way in that concept. So, but obviously Bayern Munich strengths. We've obviously got Harry Kane. Obviously, you'll know.
Yep.
Stupid thing to not say. But yeah, Harry Kane. Obviously, let's see if he's obviously not going to celebrate if he scores, but I don't think he had the best game in the last game when we played you either.
He didn't score, luckily. I mean, I was worried that he was going to score against us in our stadium.
You can have the Matthias Towel one, and we'll have the Harry Kane one.
Well, wait for the Champions League next season.
Yeah, no, he won't celebrate. He's not that guy. But yeah.
I mean, how are you finding Kane? How are you finding him?
Great striker. Knew he was going to be a great striker, but doesn't turn up in the big games.
Yeah.
And for Bayern Munich, who have had Lewandowski and so on, you need to do that because, and to be fair, to give credit to him, if you were to place him into the Lewandowski team that won the sextuple, he'd probably do really freaking good because they were working their socks off.
That was an amazing team.
And everyone was trying to do good for the team. He's been placed in a team that, number one, was coached by Thomas Tuchel. Didn't know what the hell they were doing. Had a partnership of freaking De Ligt and Eric Dyer. You know what I mean? Which died.
Virgil van Dyer, the GOAT.
Oh my god. No, bro.
The GOAT.
You want to hear something that's worse than that? Lewis, Lewis because he comes on.
Lewis, yeah.
Bro, he called him Eric Beckendyer. As in Beckenbauer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Harry Kane's good. He's going to score a good amount of goals again. That's just what it is.
He'll get about 40 goals in the league.
Most likely, yeah. So
but that's the thing with Kane, right? What you get with Kane is, for me, you get the best all-round striker in the world.
Yeah.
What he does, he's a playmaker as well. He's so good at spraying the passes, creating, as well as scoring. And he's so good at that.
That literally is the thing I've been calling for this summer. Why we were not in for Gyökeres, I do not understand. Now, I know people are going to say, you don't need him. You've got Harry Kane. But Harry Kane in the 10 as a second striker, Gyökeres is the main striker. You know what I mean? You're not taking him out of the team. You're not saying, hey, you're holding bench, Harry. You know what I mean? Because since Mourinho, he has been doing this whole, dropping, not dropping deep, but dropping deep and then spraying the passes. Obviously you guys will know what he was doing with Heung-min Son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why we couldn't do that with, another striker. But so obviously you'll be going against Harry. Michael Olise, it's going to be hard for you.
Olise is brilliant. He's someone I really like. He's such a good player, man.
Yeah. And then obviously the other side, we've got Luis Diaz, which you'll know about. I think him and Porro are going to have a good time. It's going to be interesting to see what happens between those two because they are good players. And then obviously you've got Joshua Kimmich in there. Obviously no Jamal Musiala. We've obviously got our injuries as well as no Davies. So no Pavlovic as well. He's got a broken orbital bone, or he did have. He's had surgery now, so he'll be back soon. But obviously you're coming up against the best centre back in the world, Dale Mancano. To be fair,
Upper Maguire.
This guy. No, I hope we smash you now just for saying that. This guy. But no. Generally speaking, I personally do think he's the best, but maybe I'm biased. I don't know, whatever.
But the thing with Upamecano is, I thought he was brilliant at Leipzig. He was fantastic, and then Bayern, for whatever reason, he just hasn't hit the same heights.
Yeah, no, I agree. Which makes no sense considering we had his manager when he came in.
Yeah. He should never have been sacked, as we both know. He was very harsh.
Let's not go in that rabbit hole. We'll be here for hours. But no, under Company, he's been the best centre back in the world for me personally. I actually do believe that. I think everything. I went to, like we said before, obviously I went to the Tottenham game last season in the Tottenham Stadium, and his passing was all over the shot, and I was fuming with him because I'm like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? He's making rash passes here, rash passes there. Obviously, we know about the incidents with Haaland and, back-to-back red cards, one in the Champions League, one in the league and all of this. But generally, his passing's been better under Company. He's not rushing on the ball like he had been. You know what I mean? Where he's scared and has to rush on the ball or anything like that. He's done really, really good. So, yeah, for me personally, it's going to be interesting to see what company goes with. Again, this is pre-season. You said it obviously with your manager as well. I'm sure we're probably going to see two different teams. I'm sure Kim and Jay will play. I'm sure Jonathan Tah will play. You know, but it's going to be interesting to see.
Is Ito back? Because he was really good at Stuttgart.
No,
Ito, he's someone I rate as well.
I think he'll be back probably early September. No, September, October, early November. I think. I said the wrong date. I think he's going to be back late October. I'm pretty sure, around like Halloween time, which obviously is the end of the month. So yeah, his injury is kind of similar to Maddison in the fact that it's the same injury. So he something in his foot is metatarsal, something like that. He broke it, come back and broke the exact same foot, which obviously means he was either rushed or whatever. So yeah, obviously that just is what it is. But what would your score prediction be if I had to say to you, you know, again, I don't mean this literally, but if I had a gun to your head and I'm saying, tell me your score, be as honest as possible, what would you say?
Well, yeah, we've obviously had 2 preseason games against Bayern last year, so obviously we lost both by 1 goal. It wasn't 7, luckily, but it was 1. Yeah, look, it's hard. Look, it's hard to kind of predict a friendly. I mean, I think we're going to score at least a couple. You guys have deficiencies in defense. I mean, our attack's not the most amazing, but we do create. As long as we can get, like I said, the wing backs involved. Yeah. I think set pieces, we're looking much better. Last season, we were really not even just defending, but attacking set pieces. We never did anything. In pre-season, that's another thing. We've looked really good from set pieces, attacking and defending. So I think we could get a couple maybe from set pieces or so. So I don't know, but we're with Bayern, we'll probably let in some. So yeah, it's hard to say. I think you're probably looking at maybe another 3-2 either way or 2-2. I'll go 2-2.
So what's your heart saying? The Spurs fan in you, what's that saying?
Well, because it's Bayern and we don't have a good history against Bayern. Apart from 84, because before the 7-2, you guys had never beaten us. Even though we'd only played you twice.
What a way to beat you then.
Yeah, you guys had never beaten us before that game, and since then it's just gone downhill. But I don't know. I'll go 2-2, or I'll go 2-2 because the Audi Cup was 2-2 in the Allianz. So 2-2 again.
You still going on about that Audi Cup?
No, look, listen, right.
What's going on?
I've got a real trophy now. So, I mean, we already did before, just not for a long time.
Have you won 6 in 1 year though?
No. No team in England has. No English team has.
No English team has. No, only 2 teams have ever done that. Barca.
Yeah.
No, I'm just being a dick as per usual. But yeah, I'm gonna go with a right. See, obviously, I'm going to the game, so I want goals. So
I think you'll get goals.
Realistically, Liam is going to go with a 3-2 win.
Yeah.
Unrealistic, I want a 6-2 win. The only reason for that is because I just want goals. Is it going to happen? You just got a freaking 6. You've got a good defense, an okay goalie.
That's the thing. Like, our defense is actually looking like that's our strong point right now. Like I said,
I would just love to see that in person. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Our attack needs a lot of work, I think. Like, especially with Son leaving, I think we need a new striker as well. Our attack needs work, but defensively, especially with a 6 now, with the tactics that we play now, obviously we're not playing Ange ball anymore, so we're not going to be wide open. Yeah. Defensively, that's our strong point right now.
No. This is going to be a good game. Yeah. I'll go with a 3-2. Obviously, that was on the unrealistic. You know, I just want goals, of course, because I'm going to the game. But I'll go with a 3-2 win to Bayern. I think you will get goals. Again, I would love nothing more than a smashing, of course. To see goals, of course. You know, when you go to a game, I'm guaranteeing you'll want to see goals as well.
Yeah.
You know? Well, knowing you're probably like, please don't lose, please don't lose. Please.
Well, for me, here's the thing, Liam. When I go to games, I just want to see a win. Like, even if it's 1-0 with a penalty, I don't care.
Yeah, no,
that's what. Look, we won a Europa League with the scrappiest goal you'll ever see, and us just hoofing the ball long in the second.
To be fair, it was amazing though. Don't play it down. You beat Man United, which was amazing. So.
Yeah, no, look, I'm the last person that would downplay. I mean, half of the world of football plays it down because they say we have an easy run and stuff. But there you go.
Easy run at Frankfurt. What?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone said we'd lose to them. So
Yeah, I said they were going to smash you.
everyone, including me, I think I said everyone.
You did lose to them in the first game, didn't you?
No, we drew.
No,
We
you drew. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we drew, and then we won 1-0 at their ground. But everyone said we'd lose to them, and yet the same people are saying it was an easy run. Which it probably was an easier run. Like I mean, AZ Alkmaar, Bodo Glimt. You know these teams. But still, like everyone said we'd lose to Frankfurt. So
people just don't like Tottenham. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
You've got to beat what's in front of you. You know what I mean? Like, you think I'm caring if it's an easy run if I get some shit teams in the Champions League? No.
Yeah, it's a trophy.
It's a trophy. Yeah. I want the big ears. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Liam, we was 2019. It should have happened for us.
Yeah, but you had to scuff it because Pochettino put freaking Harry Kane on, which was more of a fucking savage in the other game.
Yeah. Also, the ref gave them a penalty in 10 seconds. So
yeah, but that's because they got fucking robbed in the Real Madrid game, wasn't it? Let's not be around the bush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And considering it was in Atletico Madrid stadium.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But yeah, bless up. Smash the likes, hit the subscribe button. Peace.